The mirror is not just glass. It's a portal. But before we go further, let's slow down. Let's breathe. Because what I'm about to share with you isn't just another affirmation. It's not a trendy trick. And it's definitely not a shortcut. It's a sacred reminder of something you've always known, but maybe have forgotten. You see, the mirror doesn't just reflect your image, it reflects your vibration. Every time you glance at it, every time you speak near it, every time you judge yourself in it, you're sending out a signal, a quiet, invisible broadcast, not to the people around you, but to the field, to the quantum fabric of your life. And what that field receives is what it sends back. If you rush past the mirror thinking, I'm not enough, I'm behind, I'll never get ahead financially, the universe doesn't punish you, but it does echo you. It reflects your beliefs, your energy, your self-concept, right back into your reality. And this is the moment it changes. Because when you approach the mirror with awareness, with intention, with a whisper that says, I remember who I am. I remember what I'm made of. I align with abundance now. The mirror stops being a wall. It becomes a doorway, a portal where energy shifts, where stories dissolve, where new patterns take root. You're not just looking at your reflection anymore. You're speaking directly to the blueprint of your reality. And when you speak the right words with clarity and truth, reality listens. Money listens. Opportunity listens. The people you're meant to meet feel it. The timelines you're meant to walk align to it. Because abundance is not something you chase outside yourself. It's something you unlock from within. And your mirror, that's your key. So, in just a moment, I'll guide you through the exact words to speak, and the energy to hold while saying them. But first, let's go even deeper, into the spiritual science of why your reflection has always been the fastest path to transformation. Shall we? Why your subconscious believes the mirror. Every day, you pass by your mirror. Sometimes you pause, sometimes you stare, sometimes you barely look at all. But whether you're aware of it or not, your subconscious mind is always paying attention. Unlike your conscious mind, which judges, analyzes, and doubts, your subconscious doesn't ask questions. It doesn't argue, it doesn't reason, it simply accepts. And what does it accept most easily? Not logic, not hustle, not even repetition. It accepts imagery, symbols, emotion, especially when they come from a place of familiarity and repetition. Now think about this. What do you see more than anything else in your life? Your reflection, whether in the bathroom mirror, a window, a photo. That image of your face becomes your most frequent, most intimate symbol. To your subconscious, you are the authority, not your boss, not the government, not your parents, you. So when you say something out loud, and your subconscious sees your face saying it, it listens, it records, it installs. That's why it's so dangerous when you look in the mirror and say, I'm so tired. I'll never be wealthy. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't like myself today. Because your subconscious says, okay, if that's what we are, I'll make sure we stay that way. You don't even realize it, but you're casting spells every time you speak with your own eyes watching. And the results, they show up in your bank account, your relationships, your ability to receive, your willingness to ask for more. But here's where the miracle lives. If your subconscious can be wounded by your words, it can also be rewired by them. That's the opportunity most people miss. That's the doorway we're walking through today. When you begin to speak into your reflection with love, clarity, and power, your subconscious listens just as deeply. Only this time, it doesn't reinforce limitation. It begins building liberation. That's why the mirror is so powerful. It becomes an amplifier, a speaker, a channel between your current self and the version of you who's already wealthy, peaceful, and safe. Your words gain weight. Your voice gains vibration. And that vibration becomes your signal, not just to your nervous system, but to the entire energetic field around you. And make no mistake, the universe responds to signal. Money follows clarity. And opportunity moves faster when your self-image finally matches your desire. So now, the question isn't, do mirror words work? The question is, what kind of energy have I been speaking into my reflection all this time? And, am I ready to change it? Because if the answer is yes, even just a soft yes, then you're ready for the next part. The activation, the ritual, the whisper that aligns your energy with wealth. And it begins with a single sentence, a story you'll never forget. But here's the part David didn't expect. It wasn't just about the money. It was who he started to become between the mirror and the moment the money came in. Because something shifts when you begin your day by telling yourself, I am no longer afraid of abundance. He didn't suddenly become lucky. He became aligned. He noticed he wasn't apologizing as much at work. He wasn't hesitating to ask for what he deserved. He wasn't hiding anymore. He started standing taller, looking people in the eye, saying, thank you, instead of sorry. And the world responded. His boss, who barely noticed him before, began asking for his input. Clients requested him by name. He even caught himself smiling more. Not because everything was perfect, but because something inside him finally felt safe. And when the raise came, it didn't feel like luck. It felt like a natural result of the new version of him that had been waking up each morning, looking in the mirror, whispering with conviction, and walking out into the world like someone who expects abundance, not just hopes for it. And here's what David says now. I didn't speak to the mirror to get rich. I spoke to the mirror because I was tired of forgetting my worth. The money came because I finally started seeing myself the way God sees me. That's what this is really about. It's not about magic words. It's not about manifesting faster. It's not about faking confidence. It's about reminding your soul who you are and letting that reminder become your new reality. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be spiritual. You don't need to say the words right. You just need to be willing to try, willing to feel a little silly at first, willing to meet yourself in the mirror without judgment, and speak to yourself like someone you love. Because once you do, you'll notice something start to change. Not overnight, not all at once, but like David, you'll start to feel different, not desperate, not confused, but open, calm, ready. And when that energy settles in your body, money doesn't need to be chased. It simply shows up because it finally has a place to land. Mirror energy activation. The ritual now. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw soften. Let your breath deepen. Because what you're about to say isn't just a practice, it's a permission slip for your nervous system, for your soul, for your abundance field to finally exhale. Let's begin slowly. I am no longer resisting wealth. Say it gently, not like you're commanding the universe, but like you're reminding yourself. You're no longer resisting. Through doubt, through fear, through guilt that says you have to earn everything before you can feel safe. You're no longer pushing money away with subconscious thoughts like, I don't deserve that. It's too much. What if people judge me? No more, because now your system is learning to receive, not as a reward, but as a right. Money flows to me because I am aligned, not because I am stressed. Say this with power. Let the words land deep. You're not here to beg the universe through burnout. You're not meant to earn worthiness through exhaustion. Money does not flow because you suffer enough. It flows because your energy says, I am safe with money. I know what to do with it. I don't need to chase it because I carry the vibration it loves. And that vibration, it's inside you now. I open all energetic doors to prosperity, ease, and support. Imagine it. Doors, heavy, invisible doors, opening in every direction around you. Upward, outward, inward. You don't have to know what's behind each one. You don't even have to push them open. You just speak, and they shift, because energy moves where permission is given. And with these words, you're finally saying, come in. I'm ready now. I don't fear support. I welcome it. I allow things to be easier now. You've lived the hard way. Now you're ready for the aligned way. I am no longer the version of me who had to struggle. Breathe after this one. Let your heart crack open, because this isn't just a statement. It's a goodbye to the version of you who only knew survival, to the version of you who believed everything had to be a fight, to the one who held it all together, alone. You're not shaming that version, you're thanking them, and then you're choosing to release them, because now a new version of you is being born, one that receives, one that trusts, one that magnetizes instead of chases. Now, pause. Let all of those words settle into your body. Don't rush. Let them marinate. Let them echo through your chest, your belly, your breath. You're not just speaking, you're shifting timelines. And now, for the final sacred whisper, look yourself in the eyes, softly, kindly, and say, I allow wealth in. I allow wealth in. I allow wealth in. Say it like you're inviting an old friend home. Say it like you're speaking to the part of you that finally feels safe to be seen. Let your reflection receive the vibration. Let your cells recognize the truth. Let your energy field open like a window after a long winter. Because what happens next is not up to force. It's up to frequency, and yours is changing right now. This works because every word you speak isn't just sound, it's signal. And when that signal is reflected back through your own eyes, through your own image, it gains power. Why? Because your subconscious mind doesn't need proof to believe something. It only needs repetition and emotion. And when you speak into a mirror, especially with emotion, it gets both. Ah, the subconscious says, this isn't a dream. This isn't fantasy. This is real. This is happening now. And that belief, that felt knowing, becomes the most magnetic frequency in your field. Because belief shapes behavior. Suddenly, you don't shrink when it's time to talk about money. You don't second-guess your value. You don't put off the opportunities that feel too big. You start asking for what you're worth without apology, saying yes to aligned opportunities without guilt, saying no to scarcity even when it tries to dress itself up as safety. You begin moving differently. You speak with more clarity. You don't beg. You don't chase, you choose, and from that place of quiet power, the universe starts choosing you back. Because the truth is, the universe isn't responding to your hustle. It's responding to your identity. Not who you pretend to be, not who you wish you were, but the energetic identity you broadcast without even realizing it. If you carry the identity of struggle, lack, or not enough, the world rearranges to reflect that back. But the moment you stand in the mirror and speak wealth, as if it's already yours, as if you're already the kind of person who can handle it, multiply it, share it, then the field around you starts to bend, circumstances shift, people show up, and the opportunities that once passed you by begin to circle back, because your frequency has changed, and frequency is the true currency of reality. So, no, this isn't just about saying fancy words. It's about becoming someone new in the presence of your own reflection, not pretending, not performing, but finally stepping into the version of you the universe has been waiting for. Keep your field clean. Repeat this ritual as often as you like. But let's be clear about one thing. Don't do it from fear. Don't do it to chase results. Don't do it because you're hoping it'll fix something broken. You are not broken. You are becoming. So don't do it from desperation. Do it from devotion. Devotion to your healing. Devotion to your expansion. Devotion to the version of you that knows there's more and is finally ready to receive it. Let it come from connection, not the surface kind, but the deep, soul-rooted kind, the kind that says, I don't have to see all the answers today. I just need to return to myself and trust that's enough. Because when you light that candle, when you whisper into that mirror, when you speak those sacred words, you're not casting a spell. You're calling your energy back, piece by piece, breath by breath, moment by moment. You're remembering who you are, who you've always been, who the world tried to make you forget. You are not the overdraft notice. You're not the bounced check. You're not the whispered doubt that says, I'll never get ahead. Number. You're not the struggle. You're not the debt. You're not the survival mode that once kept you small. That was a chapter, not your character. You're a receiver of miracles, of messages, of money, of more than enough. You're a match for divine supply, not because you've worked hard enough, but because you've finally stopped pushing it away. You're becoming wealth, not just in numbers, but in frequency, in identity, in your very presence, in the way you breathe more softly, in the way you walk into rooms with certainty, in the way you no longer shrink when someone offers you more. You're becoming wealth in how you speak to yourself, in how you take up space, in how you trust your timing, even when the world says rush. This is not ego. This is alignment. This is you becoming what you've always been meant to be, not a chaser of riches, but a channel for them. Keep the energy moving. If this message shifted something inside you, comment below. I receive wealth with calm, clarity, and power. Like this video to anchor your energy and let your field know, yes, I'm ready. Subscribe if you want more energy activations like this. We'll be diving into more ancient spiritual wealth codes and mirror rituals soon. Share this with one person who doubts themselves, because the moment they see their own reflection differently, their money story will never be the same. Before you leave this moment, let me say this. You do not need to hustle harder to be worthy. You do not need to beg the universe to give you what's already yours. You just need to remember who you are. The mirror isn't magic. You are. And from this day forward, when you speak abundance into the mirror, you're not just asking for more money. You're reminding yourself that you were never broken, only waiting to see yourself clearly. And now, you do. Let the money follow the clarity. Let your reflection become your revolution, and let the mirror show you what your bank account is about to reflect.